At one point, David Caruso was one of the most recognizable faces on television, leading CSI, Miami, and dominating primetime TV for years. But then he disappeared. No major roles or big comeback. He was just gone. And when you look at where the rest of the cast is today, the difference is hard to ignore. When CSI Miami first aired in 2002, it quickly became one of the biggest shows on TV. The cast became global stars, and for years, the show was everywhere. But over 2 decades later, their lives have taken very different paths. Some stayed in the spotlight, others quietly stepped away. And at the center of it all is David Caruso. Take Adam Rodriguez, for example. He was just 27 when CSI Miami first aired back in 2002. Fast forward to today, and at 51, he's still active in Hollywood. Linn was already more established, around 46 when he appeared on the show, and now at 69, he's still showing up in major productions. Jonathan Togo was only 26 when he joined in 2004. Now he's 48. Eva LaRue came in at 38 back in 2005, and now she's 59, while Khandi Alexander was 44 when the show began, and today she's 68. Then there's Emily Procter, who was 33 at the start of the series, and now at 57, she remains one of the most recognizable faces from the show. And others like Omar Benson Miller, who was around 30 when he joined and is now 47, and Rory Cochrane, who was 30 at the time and is now 54, both continuing to work steadily in film and television. Even if some of them slowed down, most of the cast never truly disappeared. But David Caruso? That's where things are different, because his story didn't follow the same path at all. Before CSI Miami, David Caruso had already experienced both success and failure. Born on January 7th, 1956 in Forest Hills, Queens, New York, Caruso was raised by his mother, Joan, a librarian, after his father, a magazine and newspaper editor, left the family when he was just 2 years old, an experience that would later shape his outlook on life, with Caruso himself once reflecting that he essentially had to raise himself. Before finding his way into acting, he worked as a cinema usher, a job that placed him right in the middle of the environment he would eventually become a part of. And during that time, he developed a deep connection to film, claiming he would watch up to 80 movies a week while studying performances and storytelling, often going as far as acting out scenes with his coworkers at the back of the theater, unknowingly building the foundation for the career that would later make him one of the most recognizable faces on television. He rose to fame in the 90s when he landed his first major role as Detective John Kelly in the police procedural series NYPD Blue, for which he won a Golden Globe Award, but after leaving the show early, his career took a hit. CSI Miami was his comeback, and it worked. For years, he became the face of the franchise, known for his signature style, his one-liners, and that iconic presence. But behind the success, there were always questions. Not scandals in the way people expect, but decisions, patterns, and a career that never followed the usual Hollywood path. And then, after CSI Miami ended in 2012, he didn't move on to another major role, an new series or big screen return. Instead, he stepped away completely. While other cast members kept going, David Caruso quietly disappeared from acting. And to this day, he's remained largely out of the spotlight. So while the rest of the CSI Miami cast moved on in different ways, continuing their careers or slowly stepping back, David Caruso made a very different choice to exit from Hollywood. And honestly, that might be what makes his story so unusual, because sometimes disappearing is a choice. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to my channel for more stories like this.